GG, good job.
GG's.
I hope you record everything.
I hope it did too.
Cool.
Look at this pretty light.
Hello, familia, and welcome to SHPEcast Session 3. My name is Oscar, and I will be your host today. Today, we will be interviewing two of our EBOR members, and we're going to be talking about finding a community at NJIT. So, please, familia, let's welcome Jose Rodriguez, our marketing director.
Hello.
Hi,
How
Jose.
are you, Oscar?
How you doing? And the second EBOR member is going to be Diego Cabrera, who's our treasurer.
Hello.
Hi, Diego. How you doing?
Hello. Doing great.
Yeah, so for many of you that don't know what SHPEcast is a podcast that our NJIT SHPE chapter has created in order for us to give you more content and information that is going to be useful for all the students at NJIT to help them being successful during and after college. One of the topics that we have today is finding a community at NJIT. We previously covered on session 1 an interview with Lara Rios, who's our president, talking about what SHPE is and what are all the opportunities, events, and resources that we have to help all the students be successful. The last SHPEcast was about balancing life as a college student, and well, today we have this one. So, Jose, let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
So, what kind of background are we talking?
So, what's your major? What's your ethnicity?
So, I'm currently a senior studying civil engineering. So fourth year, been here all 4 years, lived on campus all 4 years. Half Peruvian, half Colombian. I've lived in New Jersey my entire life. What more do I need to add? I'm in SHPE.
Hope so.
Any other like society or organization? That you're part of?
Passively involved in ASCE, I'd say, which is the American Society of Civil Engineers. Also a resident assistant on campus for the past, now second year. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Who you are.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you, Dio?
Yeah, so I'm same as Jose, fourth year, hopefully graduating in May. Civil engineering major, focusing in construction, some background, also from New Jersey all my life. Raised in Bayonne, moved to Edison, so I'm currently in Edison right now. After graduation, hoping to move to Florida. Commuted my first 3 years to NJIT. My last year I got the resident assistant position, so I've been an RA here on campus in Cypress Hall, and half Dominican, half Colombian. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also an RA in Cyprus, so we are coworkers
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah, now let's start with you, Diego,
Mhm.
first. Can you talk a little bit about your timeline in SHPE, how you started with SHPE and how you became the treasurer? Because I
Yeah.
think you're one of the, from all of us, you're the one that has a little more time with SHPE.
Yeah, so COVID took a little bit of my time here at NJIT, so I knew once I got back in 2021, fall 2021, I had to make the most of it. I went to SHPE 101, kind of like the biggest general body meeting we have in October, September-ish, and talked to the e-board there. They had a form out for the national convention that was coming out in November, so I got accepted to go to that. I was sponsored to go to that, and that was where I really got introduced to SHPE. The biggest career fair there. It was in Orlando, Florida, and I just had a great time with that e-board and that community. So that's where I really found SHPE, and since then, the treasurer kind of took me under his wing, learned how to be treasurer, and since that convention, November 2021, was when I joined SHPE.
Pretty good. What about you, Jose? You're pretty new to
Yeah,
the
no,
chapter.
I recently joined SHPE last semester. What was that, fall 2022? Probably in the middle of the semester. No, October, early October, mid-October. Last semester. Diego always tried to just get me involved with it. I was rather just doing other things, and then I'm like, hey, why don't I give it a shot? Found what we're talking about here today, community, people surrounded by a good crowd of people, and had the opportunity to go to nationals last semester as well, which was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and here I am, somehow e-board.
Yeah. Yeah, so as we mentioned before in previous podcasts, SHPE is a really great society to find that community, especially when you're trying to find persons that are studying in STEM majors or they are Hispanic. Um, that's what we're gonna. That's one of the most important things that we think that you have to do during college is building that community that is going to help you succeed in college, and then all of those are going to be your connections when you're outside of college, seeking for a job or something like that. One of these it was shown during the national conference where we had so many connections with recruiters in there.
Yeah.
So we have many people that were previous presidents and previous members of SHPE and JIT. And it was way easier to talk to them and see them as recruiters because for us, they were not recruiters, they were friends. And talking to them, it was a lot of pressure relief to talk to them. So that's why it's so important to have those connections. So, Diego,
Yeah.
can you talk about the importance of community and why is finding a community important for every single college student?
Yeah, so let's take it back a little bit. High school, you're there 8 to 3. You see the same people every day. It's very routine. Everything changes when you come to college. So you're given a schedule here at NJIT your first semester. And while you do have, you are with civil engineers. In my case, I was with civil engineers basically my whole semester. Your other classes, you're going to be with anybody and everybody. So it'll be different majors for your math classes, writing, chemistry, whatever. And it's hard to find community there because everybody's there for the hour and a half, maybe 3 hour class if you have one, and then you leave. You have a break, and then you have your next class. Completely random set of people. You don't see people in the hallways as much because there's different buildings. People outside, doing their own thing. This is mostly a commuter school, so people are in and out a lot. So yeah, finding community is very important. The way I found it, to share my own personal experience, was the first year seminar class that every freshman has to take here, every first year student has to take.
We were in that together.
We were in that together, yeah. That's actually where I met him first. And my peer mentor took me under his wing and said, why don't you come out to the lounge that we have specifically for civil engineers? It's open to everybody, but a lot of civil engineers are there. I go, and it's mostly seniors, juniors and seniors, and I'm the only freshman. And of course, I don't know anybody, so I'm just sitting down, just see what the room is like, start doing homework, whatever. I really like that place because they have a fridge and a microwave. So as a commuter, that's the perfect place to put your food, to heat it up, have lunch. So that's what I did, and I would just be there every day, basically every day, just be there. And I slowly started talking to people. They started giving me advice, and that's where I found my first community here at NJIT, just by going to a place that somebody invited me to. Further, fast forward a little bit, COVID happens, whatever, but I applied to be a peer mentor. That's something I didn't mention before. I am a peer mentor because of my peer mentor my freshman year. He helped me, he got me into the lounge and into a community, and I wanted to do the same thing for other freshmen as well. So, yeah, finding community, at least within your major, find where your major is mostly has, just like a lounge, something, just like a chill area. And if you could find that and you can be there, then you'll naturally make connections because people here are friendly. So
Yeah, I think something that's really important that you had mentioned is the
Yeah.
fact that you go from living a routine life in high school to living such a open life. There's so much time. You realize you have so much free time. It's just what will you do with that free time? I lived on campus my first year in Cyprus just as a resident, and as per community via organizations, I wasn't really involved at all. I lived on campus, so anytime I had free time, I was just in my dorm. Definitely didn't make the most or as much as I wish I would have my first 2 years, but it's just nice hearing it from a commuter's perspective, something kind of different like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, it's a little bit different because I transferred from a community college to here, so I wasn't on those early stage of being in a 4-year college, and it was a little bit different because during those 3 years of the community college that I had to do, I didn't meet anyone
Yeah.
because it's as they say, it's so fast paced that You see people, you can talk to them, you have a little bit of a relationship for just being a classmates, but then the next semester you might not be with them,
Yeah.
and then it's again new connections, and then you have a little connections, but none of them are really important. They are not your community.
Yeah.
So, but by finding this community in, as Diego say, within your major or many other things that you might find that you belong to, is huge.
NJIT has a lot of like just organizations,
Yeah.
professional, recreational,
Social,
academic. Yeah, there is a lot of things that
a
we have.
lot. Surprisingly, for such a commuter-heavy school, I think a lot of people don't realize how many organizations there are on campus. Like, for example, I'm president of the billiards club. I'm sure 99% of people don't even know that there's a billiards club in this school, but there is. And I'm the president of that somehow. But yeah, there really is something always going on campus. The problem is you have to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be out in plain sight, commuter heavy school. People just leave when they're done with classes.
Mhm.
Weekends get very empty.
Yeah.
Trust me, there are stuff to do, but you have to look around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to like mention, just because maybe there's some doubters out there, just to put into some numbers. You're in high school 8 to 3. That's what, 7 hours.
Mhm.
7 hours times 5, 35 hours a week. Here, a regular week is 15 hours,
Yeah.
15 credits,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Pretty sure that's how it works.
Wow,
You're
that's
here
kinda
for 15
Around that,
hours.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's meant to be that time. Yeah.
that's really, and that's kind of puts into perspective. The rest of your day. Let's say you only have 2, 3 classes a day. What are you doing the rest of the day?
Study a little bit, but like you still
But for
just have a lot of time.
But for commuters, you go home because you're working. You have
Exactly.
family commitment. Just other things going on. So it
Mhm.
just puts into perspective that as a commuter, anyways, for a commuter, if you're not here actually trying, it's going to be a lot
Yeah,
harder.
you're gonna
So,
miss a lot of opportunities and stuff that is going to be really important for your academic development.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. So, Jose, you talk a little bit about these. What are the type of communities? So, any of you can respond to this. What are some different type of communities that college students can join, and how can the students identify the right community for them?
Yeah, so what we have, there's academic based, so your major, civil specifically, there's ASCE, American Society of Civil Engineers.
Yeah.
There's IEEE for electrical engineers. There's MECI, ASME.
Yeah. There's chemical engineering. And then that's
BME, I'm sure there's something.
yeah.
There's one
BME.
for pretty much every major.
Yeah. If you want,
on campus.
go on Highlander Hub. I just pulled it up. Organizations on campus. It goes from A to Z, and it lists all of them. Billiards Club is in here. Society Hispanic Professional Engineers is here. That's us. Every religion-based, every single organization is here.
There's a lot of sororities and fraternities too.
Yeah.
If that's your
Professional
There's
and
also- yeah,
social ones. Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like I'm just missing out on a lot more.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
way
Yeah.
too.
I would
Literally-
definitely say link it if you can.
Dice and Decks, it's
Yeah.
just board games if you like Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. Like there's-
Esports, that's huge. That's a big one. That's in the
Oh, yeah.
where we are right now in Campus Center in the basement. They have their own room with computers, monitors, and everything.
and then student government as well, NJIT Senate,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
runs a lot of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
to summarize all these, we have academic communities, as Diego said, might be specific to the majors that you have, so civic, electrical, mechanical engineering. There are communities for those type of things. There are interest-based communities like e-sport, the chess, the thing. So you have a hobby and you would like to find a community that have the same hobbies as you.
Lego
You
Club.
can do it. The Lego Club.
Billiards
yeah.
club.
And
Yeah.
there are a lot of
There's
things.
a
There are
lot.
cultural communities. I would say us is a little bit of a cultural community too, because
Yeah.
as Hispanic society, we try to embrace our culture. And
Latinite.
Yeah.
Exactly. Latinite, that we have it on next week on Wednesday, March 8th. Where we can share Latin music, Hispanic foods, and stuff like that. So it's a really nice way to share our culture with other members and other students at NJIT. There is also the service communities that do a lot of volunteers, like Engineers Without Borders. We also do a lot of volunteering events where we
beach sweeps. We
beach
just
sweeps,
cleaned
we
beaches.
clean
Yeah.
beaches.
Park sweep, you know.
The other one we went to a
We
church.
did like soup kitchen,
Oh,
packing
yeah.
toiletries for that was like during COVID. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And there are many organizations that they like to do that. So if you think that you want to give back to your community, you want to help a little bit more on that aspect, find a community that is going to be focused on that. As you said before, faith-based communities, and finally professional communities like SHPE. I think that's one of the main things that we do. There is everything that has to be related with professional development and leadership development. So you are prepared for the real world once you graduate.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. The third question is going to be, now that we know that there are so many communities, how can we find these communities? So where can the students look for community on campus, and what steps can the students take to get involved in a community? You already talked a little bit of Highlander Hub. I think that's one of the best options. You go to Highlander Hub NJIT. That's going to be, that's the list of every single event that is going on, every single organization and society that we have. But what other things?
Yeah. So I think I had mentioned this earlier. You have to try to find community at NJIT. Albeit sometimes it'll just come, you'll just walk right by it. But coming to the campus center, the tabling. There's always organizations that are tabling. Interacting with them, getting to know what you like. And you said Highlander Hub on events. You go there, it'll literally tell you what events are happening next, like in order.
Yeah.
Like, I have people that pull up to a billiards club that never knew about it, but they saw it on Highlander Hub. It'll tell you where the location is on campus, anything. You just have to go around campus, be around campus.
Yeah.
I know it's difficult for some freshmen, sophomores, who maybe have friends from high school and they just want to go home and just be with their friends or family. But long term, you just want to have a sense of belonging in the school that you're going to.
That's true. One of the things that happened to me, for example, the first semester that I was in NJIT, is that I didn't know that anything that was going on. I didn't know about the society clubs and all that. I knew that there were some, but I didn't know that to what magnitude. But then when I started getting more involved with SHPE, and I started like opening more my eyes to looking at the walls, looking for things to do, looking for opportunities to get, you're gonna realize that there are so many things around campus that you can do. So try to open a little bit more your eyes, and you're gonna find everything there.
And it's not
that you
even
want.
just like your organizations and stuff like that. Speaking with like your professors for your majors is a great way, because not just you can network not on a community level, but also a professional level too.
Yeah.
That's what we try to teach you here at SHPE as well. Your professors are great resources. I know it's a little off topic, but be open to talking to anyone and everyone. That's all you need to find community.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. It'll probably be awkward if you go to a general body meeting of an organization you've never gone to before, the first time around. But time.
Yeah,
Right?
I think
Yeah.
classmates and professors are a great way to find community, because they are going to be able to let you know, like, maybe they have something in common that you would like to do. You can talk to your professors, tell them what you're looking for, and they're going to be able to help you. Same thing with counselors and advisors. They're going to be the best persons to guide you where you might end up.
Exactly. Like civil, some of the professors might be the ones that actually run some of the competition teams that
Project
ASCE runs.
research.
Yeah.
Projects research as well. Just all that stuff. I know you used to work with ASCE.
Yeah, so I was ASE treasurer the year of 2022, so last year, and I kind of got into it because I knew there was a need, and coming back from COVID, there was there's a lack of members actually attending events, so I kind of stepped up in that position, but through that position is where I got to really get close to advisors and different professors. And I think the best way, while it is scary to kind of put yourself in that situation, and it is uncomfortable, I would say just give yourself the opportunity. So by me going to that lounge my freshman year, that just gave me the opportunity. Even I didn't have to talk to anybody. Maybe they'd come up to me, or maybe have to make the first move, but like just giving that opportunity. That's why I always try to like tell people that you just give yourself the opportunities for something to happen. So going to an event, hey, I have time in between classes, between 3 and 4. Oh, let me stop by this event just to see what's up. And then that's how I found SHPE too. I just happened to have time that day. Went to that event, talked to one of the e-board members just to ask another question that I had, and everything took off from there. So
that reminds me that social media is also a great way to know about these societies, organizations, and finding your community. For example, my first semester that I was here, I wasn't part of SHPE, but for my second one, I saw, I think, a flyer talking about the RLDC, the regional conference that SHPE was going to have, and I joined their Discord, and then I just started talking to e-board members in Discord. And then when I met them in person, it was so much relaxing because it was like I already knew them, and it was much easier to talk to them.
Exactly,
so, to that, every single organization has Discord, has Instagram, and many other social media. So talk to them in there if you feel not really comfortable talking to them in person. And I can assure you most of them are really friendly, at least for my part, my perspective. When I joined SHPE, everyone was really friendly. And the first event that I was in SHPE, it was like, okay, I like this group of people. I know that I belong here, and I want to keep doing this.
And it's not even like scary like that, because if you realize, like, as a freshman, the oldest person, at least for seniors, if they're going to be like 21, 22, 23, like, as an 18-year-old, these are people that are around your age. That's going to be you in 2 to 3 years, so it's not even anything crazy. Where,
Obviously, in the real world, it's a lot more.
There's an age gap.
It's scary.
There's an age gap, but here it's like everybody's relatively the same age.
We're all just trying to get our degrees, like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Although in the beginning, might seem like the age gap might be a little bit
stressful, scary.
A little bit higher.
But then you don't even notice. They're like, "Oh, you're 25." I had no idea.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're all young adults at the end of the day. I was gonna mention something I forgot. So we'll just keep going.
And another great option to find a communities, for example, resident assistants.
Resident
assistant. So because Jose and Diego already know like all these process. They are seniors. They already been through all these. So talking to them is also a great resource that you can have to know what path you can follow to find your community.
I know way too much about NJIT. Because as an RA, we also just have to be made aware of every organization, not just like the Senate-run clubs or the professional or everything you mentioned before, but like there's CCAPs, there's NJIT Cares, all your resources, and these are all just, unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually know about these resources.
Like, did you know you get free counseling? Free, not like a therapy counseling or therapy session.
It's like counseling. Yeah,
counseling just from being an NJIT student that you have open to you. Just have to make an appointment and go.
They make accommodations if you have anything. NJIT, what is that?
ORS.
There's so much for so many benefits. Not just that, but it's just everything. I don't know.
And in case to give some examples, accommodations as in if you have trouble test taking, you can actually get approved to get extra time or on assessments, assignments. You can have a service animal. There's a whole bunch of different things that NJIT will help you out with because they are accommodating and they're aware. So.
Yeah, which is really important to have those accommodations for some people. All right, so now let's go to the next question. There is going to be, okay, we find a community, and now, as you guys say, it might be a little bit awkward to reach to them. So how can we overcome those obstacles? What are some common obstacles that students might face when trying to find a community, and how can students overcome these obstacles and find their appropriate community?
So I would say involvement fair is probably the best way to go, because you don't know which community to go to. So that's like your speed dating way that you can talk to a whole bunch of different people. You will have to talk to them, but it's not even scary in that sense where you just have to approach the table and they want to talk to you. They want people to approach that table and they'll talk to you. And if they give a good pitch, if you feel that vibe with them, then you can go to their next event and follow them on Instagram, whatever they have, Highlander Hub. You go to that next event and try it out because you're not committed. Again, it's completely free to join these organizations, and you're not committed by going to one meeting, to one event. You're not committed to that organization, so you can bounce around, go to this one week, another one the next week, and feel your way out. Because my goal at my freshman year was like, I want to join some type of sports club. and I never made it out to it, but I did sign up. I'm in their Discord, and there's no commitment there unless you want to pursue it. So it's all up to you, really.
Yeah, I'd say like one thing that I just want to make everyone aware of is these organizations, they're not gatekeeping
Yeah.
at all. Like, at all. We're SHPE, but you don't have to be Hispanic. You don't have to be an engineer. I know we've mentioned that a million times, but any organization is really open to anyone that shares that same interest, whatever it may be. That's just the beauty of it. We
Yeah.
want people to join, you know?
As long as you share the same like values and like mission statements. So ours is of course to grow professionally, get that internship, get that job, or just even prepare for that internship or job, and just be knowledgeable about that stuff. If you share that, then SHPE is for you. Or if you share that, NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers, Society of Women Engineers, they're all this, relatively have the same mission statement of preparing you professionally. So
Yeah, I think one of the biggest obstacles that most of students might have is time management, their student life, their work life, and then having on top of that society or organization. If you are one of the students who find that a little bit hard to manage, again, we made the previous SHPEcast session 2 talking about how we can balance life as college and students, and we had Roberto and Antonio, who they are both really good students. They both have a lot of things on top of being a college student and being workers. So go check the video. It's going to be really helpful to learn how to manage all those stuff.
He's
Then
sponsoring our own
I know,
podcast. Look at that.
Click right here.
No, but like, yeah, freshmen have so many exams. That's crazy.
It is, yeah.
You'll realize, I feel like you get more free time as you climb
As you
up
go,
the
yeah,
ladder.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely true. Yeah.
It definitely is like that. Because you start off with 3 exams and then a final, just for one class, 3 commons and a
Yeah,
final.
because you got
math.
like your math, chem,
Chem,
physics, and you have like 3 exams for each of those and a final for each of those. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
I could never do it again.
And I was
Good luck if you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. I would say time management is the biggest thing because you have so much free time.
You have to make an effort to want to join a community or get involved in a community.
Mhm.
That there's no easy way to
And
put
you,
it.
and you can only do that once you get your studies locked down. Once you have a routine, be like, hey, I'm gonna wake up, shower, gym, whatever, class, homework, heavy on the homework, study, go home, and then if you still have to work and then get good sleep, if you can fit finding a community in there or finding an organization in there, more importantly, that's like the biggest thing because of course
Exactly.
everything else has priority over,
Yeah.
We're all students first.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
that's the most important thing to
Mhm.
just realize. And we're understanding too. We don't want you to come out to every single event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for us or any organization.
Exactly. You can start small and then work your
Mhm.
way up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I did. I started being a shadow board for marketing director, just giving like an hour of my time per week, and maybe going to 1 or 2 events, and I find it really helpful. So I was like, okay, this has a great value, so I'm gonna put a little more time
Yeah.
into this.
And then even then if you do, let's say you're struggling because studies is first, but not everybody can do it by themselves. You find an organization that can actually help you with that.
Exactly.
By joining American Society of Civil Engineers, let's say you are a civil engineer, all those people are gonna know how to do those problems
Because they
They're
already
gonna-
took those
hell
Because they already
classes.
You
took those
can
classes,
you can
so-
find internships so
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I don't
that's,
know.
that's the best way.
Because at the end of the day, we're here to get jobs.
Yeah.
like, I'm
Well,
trying to get paid bank.
Yeah, and as a senior, you already went through those things as a freshman, sophomore, junior. So we want to just give back and help you out because there's Google Drives, there's you have just personal knowledge of this is a good professor and this is a not so good professor. So the organizations will help you out in that sense too. It's not just you have to do it by yourself then join an organization. It can go either way.
Yeah, and something that you say is very important. To join those organizations that are going to be sharing your same major, it's going to help you a lot because, as he said, there are going to be students who are already juniors or seniors who already went through everything that you're doing right now. They might have like common exams that they took, quizzes and all that, and they are going to share that to you because most of the students are really friendly. That's something that helped me personally a lot because there were so many students who were giving me the past quiz that they had, the past exams that they had. So being able to practice with those things, being able to to talk to them and see if they can help me study or something like that, it is really, really helpful.
And I just want to preface too, you don't need to join a community. Like if that's not for you, that's okay. We're just kind of discussing the benefits that we see.
Mhm.
Sometimes it might be easier for you to just kind of grind on your own, and that's what you want to do. And that, all respect to that.
Mhm.
I just wanted to kind of put that out there too.
It's
Are we back?
we're back. Yes, we're back.
Technical difficulties.
We stopped you saying and then I said, what did I say?
You said
Well,
that we were talking about
I don't
no
know, I just-
pressure.
just wanna
You
repeat-
can do it by yourself, but it is a lot harder to do it by yourself. And we're talking about studies
Yeah.
and you just making it through college by yourself.
Everything about
Within a
familiar.
like
Yeah,
a community,
and-
like you don't need to be involved in a community. We're not pressuring you to join us or find something. If you can't find the community for you, that's completely okay. Sometimes some people are just, everyone works differently. Everyone kind of has their way of going about things, and this is completely respectable. Just know that there are a lot of us that are willing to help you, or even just kind of make you feel more comfortable around campus. Like, I like pool, billiards club. It has nothing to do with academics. It's strictly just recreational for me to just escape
Yeah.
and play 9-ball, because 9-ball's better than 8-ball. That's relevant.
And yeah, I mean, as he was saying, you might be able to be successful just by yourself without getting involved into these organizations, but it's going to make your life much easier if you're able to find your community in these organizations, to find common things that you can talk about. It's going to be way better. So we really highly encourage you to find and follow the steps to find your community, because it's going to be really good for you. And if you need help finding your community, we're here for it. You don't really have to join SHPE to and be like, you're going to be part of SHPE. We could also help you find another type of communities that you might need, help you find a community outside of SHPE that is going to be helpful for you in your academic success.
Even just like, there's a lot of job opportunities on campus. You want to work in the library, you want to work in campus center, front desk for Colton Hall, the civil building. Those are also great ways to just find communities. Yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It was great talking to you too. Diego, do you have any final words for our members?
Final words. I would say, come check us out. Give us a try. Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. You can follow us on Instagram. You want to at NJIT
NJIT,
SHPE.
SHPE.
Yeah, just give it a shot. And hey, there's so many other organizations. There's 200 plus. And keep trying. Try to find what, where you feel most safe, most comfortable, so you can grow. Because that's the biggest thing, just growth. So.
Yeah. What about you, Jose? Final words?
Join SHPE. Yeah, community. It's everywhere. You have to look for it. It's not easy, but it can be easy. You make the best out of everything. Like
Every
the
time in
opportunity
college.
that are given to you, just make the most out of it, because you'll realize once you're out of here, you're in the real world unless you go grad school, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Like, it is not as easy as NJIT here specifically is making it
Yeah.
for us. So
And having a community and having people outside in the work field that you already met on NJIT is going to be much easier to go through that process. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, watch our previous SHPEcast videos. There is a lot of really good content in there, topics and stuff like that. We have the next session, which is going to be Latinas in STEM, which is a really good opportunity for all the women's NJIT to learn about how is it like to be a woman with STEM majors and being a college student, especially at NJIT. What else? Yeah, all the information, social media, Discord, everything is going to be down in the description. Please like the video, subscribe for more. And if you have any recommendations, any topic that you would like us to discuss, please comment down below. And yeah, that's it. That's everything from us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.